you. Welcome, everybody, to the Crawford County, Illinois Ghost Hunter Society live talk show. This is episode number 13. I apologize for the bright screen and the squinty eyes, but we are all the way home from our investigations in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, and the sun is extremely bright here on the highway, so it's kind of shining right into the truck. Kind of a bad time to do this. What? Yeah, we'll have to bear with us here because we're going to try to do this talk show here and let you guys know what we experienced in Gettysburg. So I'm going to try to get the best angle we can get here because of the sunlight, but it's not good in here. It's kind of bad. We picked a bad time to do the show. Probably should have waited until after dark, but I didn't know if we'd still be on the road or not. But anyway, guys, welcome to the Crawford County, Illinois Ghost Hunter Society live talk show, episode number 13. We are traveling back from Gettysburg, Pennsylvania right now. If you are out there, though, you can check out our website, crawfordcountyghosthunters.org. You can visit our email. Sorry, I can't even see the screen. You can check our email at illinoishauntings@gmail.com. Send us an email if you have any questions about any type of hauntings or anything like that. You can send us an email. We'll try to answer you as soon as possible. Check our Facebook page out at facebook.com/Crawford County Ghost Hunters. You can also visit our YouTube channel, which we are dual streaming to. That is youtube.com/Crawford County Ghost Hunters. Check us out on Instagram at Crawford County Ghost Hunters. But I'd like to give the Midnight Syndicate a shout out tonight. That music was by the Midnight Syndicate. We use their music with permission. Check them out on midnightsyndicate.com or Spotify. They also have Spotify. And we're going to talk tonight about our recent trip to Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. And we had some pretty crazy stuff go on. You know, wasn't all paranormal. But, yeah, we're going to talk about that tonight. And we got Dickerson over here driving. Hi, Dickerson. Got an alley back here in the back. I think they can see us.
Yeah.
All right, good. Probably see you better than they can us back there.
Exactly, yeah. Just keep it on you.
Just keep it on you. Here, I'll let you do this. Yeah.
No, I'm alright.
But anyway, we got Amanda back there, but she's camera shy. I don't know why. She's got a hand here. I'll show you her hand. There we go. But she's going to be answering your questions tonight, guys. So if you have any questions out there, pop them up, send them to us. Amanda's going to be telling us the questions back there. She's monitoring the live feed on Facebook right now. So definitely, shoot those questions out there. If you got any questions about any of our investigations that we've done in Pennsylvania, if you guys watch those. But again, if you're just tuning in, I apologize. It's extremely bright in here. We're heading west into the sun on the highway back home. It's a really bad time to do this, but we just decided to go ahead and do it. But anyway, the first place we hit while we were in Pennsylvania, I can find it here. It's not even popping up. Hey, it's a cloud. That works. Hey, you might be able to see us. Huh. Didn't even save it on here, but wonderful. I apologize, guys. We're doing this from a mobile version, so it's not quite as great as it is on the computer when I do it. But the first thing I want to talk about, first investigation that we conducted when we entered Pennsylvania, was the Pennhurst Asylum, and that was located in what town is that again? Spring City, Pennsylvania. That's where that is located at. Sorry about the bumpy camera. The highway is really bumpy here, but we got on site there at Pennhurst, and we did an investigation, daylight investigation of Pennhurst. We set some stuff up. We did a little walkthrough, and we really didn't find a whole lot. I mean, did you think we found anything? Pennhurst? Yeah, not really. I mean, it's a really cool place, but as far as paranormal activity, we really didn't record or document a lot of paranormal activity at the Pennhurst Asylum. Again, it was really neat though. I mean, it's a cool place, to explore and everything. But yeah, we just didn't find anything there. So that's the way it goes. But it's supposed to be an extremely haunted place, but we just didn't pick up any type of activity there. But go on to the next place that we went to. Well, the next place I want to talk about anyway was the Jenny Wade house that we investigated. And that location, I believe it was July 3rd, 1863. Is when that event took place. I may be off. It's the second or third? The third. Was it the third? Yeah. Anyway, I think it was July 3rd, 1863. Jenny Wade was sitting in this house when a bullet came through the front door. It came through one door, went through another door, and she was sitting in the kitchen area making bread when the bullet struck her. And she was bleeding out, and they ended up taking her down to the basement after it was all over, where they put her body. She eventually passed away in the home, but she was to my knowledge, one of the only civilian casualties of the Gettysburg battle. Maybe only one. The only one? Only one of the Battle of Gettysburg. Yeah, she was the only civilian casualty of that battle. So we investigated that house, and again, we didn't find a whole lot. Didn't find a lot of paranormal activity at all. Again, we went in, we done some EVP sessions, we did a ghost box session, used the EMF meters, couldn't find any type of unusual electromagnetic fields in the area. Yeah, I apologize, guys, if the video looks bad. Did anybody say anything about the video bad, Amanda?
Two people jumped in and said you're coming in and out and you're charging in the back.
Okay.
So they left.
Okay.
It is bad.
They're not saying it's bad?
No, not so bad.
Okay. If you guys can see and hear us out there, give me a thumbs up. Again, we're doing a mobile version of the talk show tonight, so give me a thumbs up. Let me know that you can at least hear me, see me all right. The sun is extremely bright, probably washing the camera out. I mean, it's like in my face. I can't even see. And if I put this visor down, you can't see my face. But that would help. The Jenny Wade house, again, we didn't pick up a whole lot of stuff. I mean, we'd like to go back maybe sometime because we just didn't get anything. There's an orphanage right there we investigated also. Didn't get a whole lot of activity at the orphanage either. We do have some EVP sessions. We're going to review for locations of us, the EVP sessions. And yeah, we really didn't record or document any type of paranormal activity at either one of those locations. Trying to move my phone here, guys. I didn't spell Jenny right. Oh well. You're fired. Anyway, that's spelled with a what? I. It's the Jenny Raid house there, but we didn't find anything there. The orphanage we investigated. Just there was a place down there where they took the kids, and it was like a little crawl space. And it felt kind of weird down there. We didn't really have any experiences though, but kind of had a strange feeling. So I guess back in the day, they took the kids that were bad, and they put them in this little crawl space. And we're gonna post pictures and everything from that we took down there. But again, nothing really at the orphanage. I mean, we like there's anything on that. No, we weren't there very long, so I mean, they say it's active, but we just weren't there long enough. Yeah, I don't think. They laggy.
Yeah.
I didn't feel anything when we were there. So.
It's okay. Every once in a while,
Yeah. Alright guys, I apologize if the video is lagging. I mean, I don't know what's going on because we're like on the highway. There should be really good signal out here, but it's mostly the sunlight washing out the video, I'd say. But next place I want to talk about that we investigated, I'll bring it up here. Was a location at Gettysburg battlefield known as Devil's Den and the Triangular Field area. Now, this is where it starts to get interesting because, but you know, all the previous locations, we really didn't get anything, and we didn't pick up any type of paranormal activity at any of that Pennhurst, which is a famous asylum. We didn't pick anything up at the Jenny Wade house. But the Devil's Den and Triangular Field area, we didn't get anything toward Devil's Den, but something else about Devil's Den when we were there, like we found out later there was a mountain lion on the loose. They've been so hard trying to tranquilize it for several days. Yeah, there was a mountain lion on the loose, and they were trying to tranquilize it. So who knows where that thing was at? They said it was staying in Devil's Den, and that's like where we were, like doing an investigation with right in that area. So that was nice to know, like after the fact. Yeah. So thank goodness we're alive from that, including all the other things that happened to us while we were in Pennsylvania. Yeah. But anyway, the Devil's Den and Triangular Field area, we moved out into the field, like toward Triangle Field, which is across from the Devil's Den area. We set up out there. We did a couple of EVP sessions, and it was like, pretty close to dark. And we started hearing what sounded like gunshots coming from the north, probably North Woods. It was the North Woods area by the Triangular Field. Now, this is strange, guys, because like the whole time we were at two different places on the Gettysburg battlefields, we experienced gunshots and gunfire. And we're not talking about the one where we actually got shot at by physical people, which is Sachs Bridge, we're going to talk about here after a while. But we experienced what sounded like gunfire, almost cannon fire. I mean, do you guys agree? I mean,
oh yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's right out in the woods.
Yeah, the only ones who experienced it. There were people at a different location who heard the same thing we did. Remember, they were up on higher ground. Yeah, the other Head Soup guys, right? Yeah. A couple of the members from Ghost Head Soup actually heard this cannon fire and gunfire also from their position, but Dale and his team heard nothing. So I don't know if it was just the position that me and the other team were in. We were able to hear that. I don't know. What do you guys think? There was 5 people that heard it. So.
James said, did it sound like black powder?
It did. Yeah, I mean, I really think it sounded like black powder. It didn't sound like modern rounds. Yeah, it did not sound like modern rounds. But what fooled me was the rapidness of it. That's what made me think it was modern. But The problem was, I think we got to thinking, even back in the Civil War, they would have fired in lines, like boom, 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 boom. And that's kind of what we heard, like a line of fire going off. So it kind of made it sound like rapid fire on occasions, but we heard everything from rapid fire to single shots to what sounded like bigger cannons firing. I have no idea. I mean, what could have caused that? Other than, I tried to talk to as many locals as I could, regarding, do people shoot, out there at night? If people go out there on the battlefield, or is it just in that area?
Locals just messing with people.
Yeah, locals just out shooting at night, messing with people, or what's going on, but I know, I don't think it was either. Like, they said, well, everybody in Pennsylvania has guns and they shoot. Well, everybody in Illinois has guns and they shoot too, but we don't go out at night and shoot like that. I mean, you can't just stand outside and hear people shooting and cannons firing. So it's got to be. It could be natural. I mean, I'm not saying it's paranormal, but it was weird. So, that's definitely in Triangular Hill. That's the experience we had there. And if you watch that investigation too, I had something really weird happen out there at Triangular Field where I felt like I was stabbed in like the rib cage area, like with a sharp pain, and I about went down. And then I had no idea what that was. Maybe it's just a coincidence, but I've talked to other people who said they've had similar experiences on the battlefields where they feel pain, or they see recreations of things that happened out there, from people falling on the ground to people walking through the bodies with blood everywhere. So it was weird. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't know if it's paranormal either, but I'm just kind of telling you all the stuff that did happen to us out there that could, or that may or may not be paranormal in origin. But the next place I want to talk about that we went to. Where did we go next after that? I'm kind of doing them in order. Let's see here. Iverson Pits, maybe? Yeah, maybe. Iverson Pits. Now, that's an area where we kind of got some weird stuff too. Iverson Pits and the Triangular Field area was the two places we got the most activity in Gettysburg, I believe, in the Gettysburg battlefield area. So the Iverson Pits, again, we were out there, and me and Dickerson were standing out there near the field, and we heard gunfire again. It sounded like, didn't sound like modern day gunfire, but it sounded weird. It sounded like it was kind of off. It just sounded different, like it was off in the distance. And again, we heard like a loud boom. And Dickerson was running the task cam. And you want to tell them what you heard? And I mean, we all physically heard this. Yeah, you heard it too, right, Allie? Yeah. So Allie heard it.
Yeah, after the rounds went off, it actually sounds like there's two men yelling back and forth at each other. It sounds like someone give a command and someone answered. So, but we haven't listened to that on the computer. I kind of want to blow that up a lot louder and listen to it. Right. Yeah, I think one of Dale's team members heard that up on the road, so they would have been
that Kelly
80 yards behind.
Kelly was with
that's
us.
right. Kelly was with us. She heard it.
Yeah, one of Dale's team members, Kelly, she was with us when that event took place, and she heard it too. She heard the gunfire, and she heard the two people yelling after the gunfire. The only problem with that event is 2 minutes later, after we heard that, we did see fireworks in the background.
Watch that. Yeah,
we've got to go back and watch that event to see if there were fireworks at the time. We heard explosions, but what we heard was gunfire. It wasn't like boom, like fireworks going off. But the fireworks were so far away.
It was too faint. Fireworks.
Well, I never did hear the fireworks when they were going off. I just seen them.
Right? Yeah, you couldn't hear
them. You couldn't hear them, and they were aerial mortars, and those are loud.
Yeah, the fireworks were so far in the distance, but I can't rule those fireworks. I can't say it was paranormal because 2 minutes after the event took place, we did see fireworks. So that kind of we've got to debunk that as possibly being a firework in the background, but it didn't sound like fireworks, guys.
Oh, and those voices, we wouldn't have heard them for the fireworks.
Right, yeah, the voices were closer than the fireworks. They were out in the field, like out in the Iverson pit area, out in the field.
Yeah,
so,
that's probably, 20, 25 acre field.
Probably.
Like 500 Confederate soldiers died there in a matter of 20 minutes or something. I mean, just got mowed down, so it's kind of a concentrated area. So.
Rosalind Ashton wants to know if it was at the bunker.
If it was what?
At the bunker.
I don't know what that is. I'm not sure where the bunker's at.
She said she heard gunfire.
She had gunfire?
She said that she had screenshots.
She got screenshots of what?
We don't know. It just says, I have screenshots.
Colors?
Was at the bunker. Heard guns fired. Hi, Australia.
Huh. I don't know. I'm not sure what you're to the bunker. Yeah, we don't know what you're talking about by the bunker, but if you can tell us about that, but we have no knowledge of the bunker you're talking about, but if you want to send pictures, go ahead. What was her name? Rosalind, if you wanted to send pictures or the screenshots you have, please do that. Send them to our page. We'll look at them. But again, two areas, definitely Devil's Den, between Devil's Den and Triangular Field, is where we heard those gunshots on the one investigation at Iverson's pits, which we're talking about now. We heard gunshots and those sound like cannon fire and people yelling. So, two different nights, two different places on the battlefields, same type of activity. Now, I'm not saying it's paranormal, but it was very weird, guys. I wish I could say, that was paranormal activity, but we can't be 100% for sure. Some weirdo wasn't out shooting. What time was that? 10, close to 10, probably 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. But going into Pickett's charge, that was another location that we investigated. That was one of the investigations or the places we investigated toward the end of our stay at Gettysburg. We had Dale's team from the Chicagoland area, Dale American Ghost Research Society. His team members were there with us, and a team called Ghost Head Soup. So there was 3 teams with us, the whole time we were there, except for when we broke off from them and did our own thing. We had Pickett's charge that it started out with. There were all 3 of us there. And we ended up going out toward the end of the field to try to get away from some of the traffic noise. It was a cool area, and I really kind of felt we would probably get something, but there was just way too much traffic, way too much background noise and noise contamination. So we ended up leaving Dale and his team and Ghost Head Soup and going to another location because there was a guy pulled up in a vehicle. And they were screaming, they were cussing. It was just, we couldn't do any EVP, we couldn't do anything involving any type of audio recordings because the noise contamination at Pickett's charge area was just too much. And we like to do a scientific investigation of the places we're investigating. And we could not do that, and say that, we got an EVP there when there's hundreds and hundreds of people. Sounds like they were just screaming. I don't know how many of them pulled up out there, but they were having a party out there. And we have people running around everywhere. So it wasn't a controlled environment. We couldn't do any investigating there. So we ended up picking up and leaving and heading to a place called Reynolds Woods. And that's where we went into the woods. Now, Reynolds Woods, there's a statue there that tells about, I believe it was an Armstead that died there. Was he a general? I think he was, wasn't he? I think he was a general. General Armstead?
Armstead died on the force of it.
Right, at Reynolds Woods. Back here.
No, Armstead was at the place where we left.
Yeah, that's Reynolds Woods. Reynolds Woods is where we went to after we left that item. So, anyway.
Where Yellow was the Armstead one.
Yeah. I can't remember what the guy was that died there. Anyway, there was a guy that died on a horse there.
One of many.
Yeah, one of the many people that died on the Civil War battlefield on a horse. But he was a high-ranking. I thought he was a high-ranking general.
Yeah.
it was.
I may have his name wrong. No, maybe his name was Reynolds. It was Reynolds.
Yeah.
Duh. That's what the Woods is named after. Yeah. Okay, we'll be okay, guys. We need sleep. Yeah, I think it was a General Reynolds, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, it is
I have
now.
a picture.
It's Reynolds until we figure out.
Yeah, it's General Reynolds, so we figured out it wasn't him. But he got shot right there, fell off his horse, died right there where the memorial was at Reynolds Woods. We went into that woods area and did an investigation. We're getting some pretty interesting stuff on the phasma box in there because we finally got away from everybody. And, you know, it was quiet in there. It was just my team. Nobody else was there. There were no tourists there.
Did you review the live feed to see if you dropped the recorder?
What's that?
I don't know. Tammy Joe said, did you review the live feed to see if you dropped the recorder?
Oh, at the last.
Oh, no, I have not. No, Tammy Joe, we have not reviewed the live feed to see if, you know, if I dropped that recorder or if it was hit out of my hand. That was another weird thing that took place. And then, was that at Reynolds Woods? I can't remember. I think it was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The last one?
I got the picture pulled up. It's Major General John F. Reynolds.
Major what?
Major General John F. Reynolds.
Okay, so that is who died there. Okay, here's the picture of the stone. You got the line up here.
Yeah. It's really hard.
That's the memorial at Reynolds Woods where the guy died off the horse. So it is Major General Reynolds. I believe he was one of the highest ranking generals that was killed during the Civil War, right?
Yeah, period.
Right. He was one of the most highest ranking generals there that got killed. I was getting confused with that Armstead. Armstead was at the other side, at the Pickett charge area, wasn't it? Yeah, that's supposed to be the loudest. Right, yeah. That was the biggest charge area where Armstead died. Sorry, there's a lot of history here. I get confused, but the Reynolds Woods area, we did pick up some stuff, I think, on the phasma box. We started to get things that pertain to the Civil War. Yeah, and the recorder got hit possibly out of my hands. I got to go back and look at it. It was turned off when it hit the ground, unless the impact of the ground turned it off, which I've never seen happen before because I've dropped it 100 times. But the recorder was actually turned off when I picked it back up, which was kind of weird. So, I mean, Reynolds Woods, Iverson pits, and the area by Triangular Field is where we got the most activity, probably with our Gettysburg battlefield investigations. Now, I mean, we conducted several investigations while we were there, guys. Like I said, we done Pennhurst, we done Jenny Wade House, we done Orphanage, we done the Devil's Den, we done Triangular Field, Pickett's Charge. We were at Little Round Top. We went up to Little Round Top. We didn't really find any activity up there. I'm trying to think of the other places. And then on one night, we went to a place called Sachs Bridge. Now, this is where it really gets interesting, and we got a heck of a story to tell here. If you guys have not seen that video, definitely. What?
Saturday night.
Yeah, that was Saturday night. If you have not seen that video, I apologize, the sun's in my eyes. I can't see the screen, but
We have two questions now.
okay.
Jerry wants to know, are you close to home? I don't know how close you are.
We're about, what, 3 hours?
45 minutes.
3 hours and 45 minutes from home, guys, still.
And then, Michael, are you going to talk about the knocks on the bridge?
The what?
Are you going to talk about the knocks on the bridge?
Yeah, we are. Yep, we're getting there. Yeah, we're trying to cover it all, you know, everything that happened to us on our investigations. But yeah, Sachs Bridge, we pulled up there, you know, we've done a nighttime investigation of Sachs Bridge. When we got there, there was another paranormal team there. There was just people everywhere. Like, there was people on the other side of the bridge there, Sachs Bridge, but the other paranormal team that was there when we pulled up started giving us a little bit of a history of some of the things that happened there, that took place there. And one of the things they told us about was there was an old field hospital right nearby, an old house that was used as a hospital, which is still there, I believe. I believe it's that house. Yeah. The old house that's still sitting there.
People live in it.
Right. So, yeah, the old house is still sitting there. And the lady told us that the bodies were piled so high outside of that house that it went up to, what, the second floor window at one point?
The top of the bottom floor window, those are old style windows. They're like 6 to 8 foot tall windows. So bodies were stacked almost 8 foot high on the outside of the house. And did she say a rainstorm came along and it was raining so hard that it washed the bodies down into the creek? So that's why they say the creek is possibly haunted. Because the creek ran red with blood from the bodies.
Yeah. Yeah, she told us that the creek, that's why it's haunted. And like Dickerson said, but she also told us about some kind of a preacher guy. Some type of a preacher guy that travels the creek there from there to the Sachs Bridge to John Eisenhower Bridge.
Yeah,
back and forth. There's a trail that goes down the creek, which is what we went up where we got into trouble. You guys didn't see that. You need to definitely. And I don't understand it because we got more views on our other videos and we did the Sachs Bridge investigation. Apparently just people weren't up and didn't watch this one because that's an interesting one to go watch because we got possibly shot at out in the woods. Somebody discharged a firearm at least 20 to 30 yards from us right there in the woods. It was, wow, what was going on when we got there? Well, we get there, let me back up a little. We get there and there's people up on the bridge. There's people everywhere partying on the other side of the bridge. Kids, teenagers. Let me see by teenagers. Some of them, they look older teenagers. It's actually like probably in their 20s, to say the truth. Yeah, that's probably what, 20 There's probably 20, 30 people over there on the other side of Sachs Bridge that we came from. So we tried to do some EVP investigations on the bridge. Some of them, they were kind of nice. They went by and they seemed they were ghost hunting, went on past us, didn't say anything. Some of them said, "You guys ghost hunt," I think, went on. They seemed pretty nice. And we just couldn't get anything on the bridge EVP-wise because, again, we had a lot of noise contamination from people there. So we decided to go down the trail that the other paranormal team told us about where this faint scene, this preacher man, she called him. I don't know anything about this. That's just what she was telling us. I don't know if it's just some type of urban folklore or legend, but we went down the trail and hiked up it a little ways. When we got up there, we started doing an EVP session near the waterfall area. We could look back and see Sachs Bridge from the waterfall. And that's when we heard the gunshot. It was really close to us. And I told the girls to kill the camera light. And I hit them for a minute to make sure nobody was right there in the immediate area. And we decided to turn the camera back on. Me and Dickerson went and checked out the trail ahead of us. And I apologize to any viewers out there that may have heard a few F-bombs during that session.
Well, and don't forget, before we went over there, those kids, hoodlums, whatever they were, had shot once or twice before.
Yeah,
remember before when we were just standing there, they shot.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. So then we go into the woods. It's like maybe they followed us or something, trying to mess with us, and then shot again. Yeah, we heard gunfire previous to us going into there, but I shoot all the time. I'm used to it. I figured they were just over there shooting. I didn't think they'd come in the woods and shoot near us, but they did. And I apologize if you guys heard any bad language because I did go into the woods and I yelled and told them that they'd better be leaving if they were in there and they were shooting at us. So you guys heard a few of that going on. So bad language. But what you said is important to the rest of the story, so you need to clean it up and say what you screamed out to them.
What I told them?
Yeah. Because that's important to the story.
I told them, you better get the F out of the woods or I'm going to mess you up. We're coming out. I said, you better be getting out of the woods, so we can get out of here. I said, I don't even remember what I told them.
I'll shoot your ass.
Yeah. And anyway, there's a story coming up here, guys, because it gets even weirder. We decided to leave there, obviously, because we may have got shot at. Definitely shot at, they shot close to us. So we leave there, get to the trucks, and we decided to go investigate the other bridge that we were going to investigate, which is right down the road, probably quarter mile, half a mile from Sachs Bridge. And the creek connects these two bridges. It's the same creek that runs under both bridges, and there's probably a trail through the woods, I would say, to both of them. I'm just thinking this because there was a big trail through there. But we get up into the next location, which was called John Eisenhower Suicide Bridge. Now, a fellow paranormal investigator from Pennsylvania sent me a message while we were out investigating, at the Pennsylvania area, telling us to go check this bridge out because it's really active, it's really haunted. So that's how we got, kind of the tip on this bridge in the first place. We hiked, we stopped, went back the lane. It's like a little walkway back to the bridge, basically. It was pretty much blacktop, wasn't it? All the way back. And yeah, not drivable. Yeah, like Amanda said, you can't drive on it. They've got it blocked off with posts, so it's more like a walking trail or a bike trail back to it. But we went back there and we heard voices after we got back there. And there were some more paranormal investigators, some ghost hunters, I guess you can call them. Not really paranormal investigators, but kind of amateur ghost hunters. We'll call them amateur ghost hunters. Let's leave it at that. Nicer term. Yeah, nicer term. We're back there investigating that bridge and getting some, what they thought was activity, but it's probably just, false hits on the K2 meter. But the first lady, when we got to Sachs Bridge, I'm going to back this up again, told us that she got slapped in the face at John Eisenhower Suicide Bridge that same night. And that's why we wanted to go too. Well, when we get back here, we see this other paranormal team on John Eisenhower Bridge. He told us, or this girl that was with them, told us to chat some interaction with something where he hit her back there too. Was it scratches maybe in her back? What'd she say?
Something. I don't know.
Little blonde girl.
Yeah.
She said something made contact with her on this John Eisenhower Bridge, but so we're really, thinking something cool is going to happen. We're as they're walking off the bridge after we talked to these people, a loud bang comes up from underneath the bridge as they were leaving the bridge, and then they reported that to us. As we walked up there too, they go, "We can hear loud bangs." And of course, I didn't believe them. I got to see and hear things myself to believe things, but. When they walked off the bridge, it goes boom, hits underneath the bridge as they were leaving, kind of like, oh, goodbye, telling us goodbye or something. Then, and I don't know. I went underneath the bridge. Nickerson took the camera around. I went underneath the bridge. There was nobody underneath the bridge. We couldn't see any signs of anybody that ran off. I mean, if it was somebody hiding under the bridge, they had to take off fast and get away from me, before I could see them. We couldn't find any sign of anyone down there. So we continued to investigate the bridge. I came back up, and we heard one bang when we were all standing still on the bridge. It came from underneath. I mean, again, a loud bang. You could almost feel the vibration on your feet. I mean, it hit that hard. Again, we tried to debunk it. We walked around on the bridge. Another group comes up. I mean, we encountered like several people while we were on the John Eisenhower Suicide Bridge there in Gettysburg. Another group of guys came up, really nice guys, like 3 of them. Started talking to us, started telling us about the experiences they had. They were really into ghost hunting. I think they added us on the Facebook page. Yeah, they sent me a message. They were wanting to go back out with us. So they were really cool guys telling us about their experiences and everything. And as they were walking off the opposite end of the bridge, boom, it hit again. Almost like every time when somebody starts to leave the bridge, it's telling them bye or something, or trying to make contact with them. Again, I have no explanation for the bang. We tried to debunk it. We walked across the bridge, we tried to make it pop. We were successful, I think, in making it pop once. Didn't we make a popping sound, but not similar to what it was, really? I mean, what do you guys think?
Yeah, that was pretty close.
But we wonder if it's not the board shifting as people walk off. Maybe the boards are shifting. I mean, I don't know.
It's really hard.
What's that?
It's really hard to tell what it is.
Yeah.
If those the boards themselves aren't loose.
Right.
They have to be the whole bridge shifted.
Yeah.
Diana said, your combo was first thing going, tired and anticipation to be on. They're underage, under 40, under supporting. It's also going towards evening, so it came to be trouble.
Oh, yeah, we're going to run into this stuff.
You said hi? Okay, cool. Yeah, I guess we're gonna run into a thunderstorm. Everybody's saying, but
Well, I was saying though, when Dickerson jumped and did his little jig dance to try to even recreate it last night to
yeah.
get it to.
Yeah, Dickerson did a little like Michael Jackson dance on the bridge. He couldn't even recreate the popping sound doing that. He did the moonwalk, and I don't know what else on there. Pickett dance.
That's some original choreography of mine.
What would you explain what it was?
My original choreography? Yeah, it's not published yet.
But anyway, you guys can go back and watch his little dance he did on the bridge to see if try to get the bridge to pop. But I'm not saying it's paranormal, but it was weird. You know, we got some pops on the bridge and when we were standing still, but it could be, you know, natural explanations where the wood is just settling and just popping back up. We had a lot of that happen in Willow's Sweep House. You know, the boards would stick and then they would pop up and it sounded like people banging on the floors, and it was a completely natural explanation. I believe that could be what's going on Saturn, John Eisenhower Bridge or Suicide Bridge. Is just the wood shifting and causing pops. But that's really the only thing we got. You know, it could have been something weird on the bridge. Don't you think? I mean, but then,
Go on with your story.
go on with the story.
Oh yeah, there's that bit.
oh, the guys?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Just like a weird main point of the story.
This is the main point of the story that I forgot. I'm sorry, guys. We're still we're running on hours of sleep, and I don't have any days, so I apologize. So this is where it gets weird, guys, and it goes back to the shooting incident of the people on Sachs Bridge. So we're sitting there on the bridge, and another group of people come up. Now, this is after three guys. This is after we had one group there, they left. We had three guys there, they left, and then we've got another group of guys coming up. Allie's in the middle of an EVP session. She's recording, and all of a sudden we hear this.
It was right after I asked, can you make a noise or something like that, and then
Yeah, it was.
some random noise.
Yeah. And Allie's freaking out.
Yeah.
She just asked, can you make a noise? And this thing's it makes this noise out in the background. We think it sounds like a wild boar killing a, I don't know, monkey or something. But we thought it was some kind of paranormal thing, because I knew that was nothing I'd ever heard before.
I didn't think it was.
Yeah. We didn't think it was human. We didn't know what the thing it was. But anyway, I started shining, this group of guys walks up. What was there, 4 of them?
Yes.
4 of them to start out with?
Yes.
And this is where it gets weird, guys. I don't know if they're watching out there, but you're a suspect. I'm just going to leave it at this. There was 4 guys, and 2 of them acted like they were scared to death. They were there recording, and they were acting really weird, and just asking us questions, and sitting there, talking to us about what we're doing. They started telling us about how they go out there, and they referred to themselves as the local assholes. They actually said that themselves, that they're the local guys that go out there to mess with people.
2 got up and left.
Yeah, but after, right, we started, talking to them and everything. And after 2 of them realized that we were going live, they jumped up and just took off out of there. They left, really quick for some reason. And there was no vehicle, guys, no vehicle at all. These guys were on foot. So the guy in a flannel and kind of a scraggly beard, he was standing there with a littler skinny guy. They stayed there. Skinny guy didn't show his face. Yeah, and skinny guy was always looking down, being weird acting. But the weird thing about this is, we talked for a long time with him about weird stuff. This guy said he was an atheist. We got into a little religious discussion. We talked about ghost hunting. We're sitting there, and we decided to end it because these guys won't leave. I mean, they don't leave. We're going to go ahead and do it. They didn't get the hint.
They didn't get the hint.
Giving Allie a little camera time there. But finally, we just killed the live feed. And And after we killed the live feed, the guy in the flannel shirt, I've got my vest on, and I did not have we all have concealed carry permits, and yeah, we were carrying, obviously. I mean, they didn't know that, but you guys know we carry probably. If you watch any of our live feeds and you follow us, you guys know we carry because we've got concealed carry permits. But this guy didn't know that. I've got a vest on. I got a Glock 19 in my vest here, and it was fully zipped up. You couldn't see the silhouette or anything because I've got like all this equipment in my vest. You couldn't see it. Fully zipped up vest, nothing exposed. And this guy goes, after we kill a live feed, he goes, so what are you carrying? And I said, what do you mean? And he goes, so what are you carrying? And I said, I kind of played dumb because I didn't know for sure still if he was referring to my firearm. And he just kept repeating it. So I said, oh, Glock 19. He goes, oh, okay. And then they started acting really weird. And we decided to leave the bridge and head back. The whole problem with this is my gun wasn't showing, guys. So we think that could be the shooter that was in the woods, and that you screamed at. That I screamed at out in the woods and told him that he better be careful and get out of there because I had a firearm because they just shot beside us. So we think that guy that we talked to the whole time may have snuck back up on us at that bridge because it was just a quarter of a mile away and they were on foot. And when they left the John Eisenhower Bridge, they went on foot again, no vehicle, back to the area where the party was at, back to where we were in the woods. So we're pretty sure the guy in the flannel shirt with the beard might be our shooter that was in the woods because he would have had no idea that I had a gun on me unless he was the shooter because he knew I had a gun and I screamed that I had a firearm and they better get out of there because we had just been shot at. So it was a weird deal. But that's what happened. You guys need to go back and watch the Sachs Bridge investigation. If you didn't see that, definitely go back and watch that. What time frame was that, Amanda? 35:37. I don't know. At 35:37 into the Sachs Bridge investigation, that's when the gunshot goes off right beside us, and you can hear it, on the live feed. It's kind of, we went back and listened to it. It was a lot louder in person than it is on the live feed. It's still muffled on the live feed, but you can definitely tell it's a gunshot going off beside us. But definitely check that Sachs Bridge investigation out.
Diana said Dickerson and the shaky leg.
But what's that?
Diana said Dickerson and the shaky leg.
Oh, the shaky leg? Shaky leg. The shaky That's leg. What I call it. Yeah, call it the shaky leg.
Yeah.
Dickerson's the shaky leg. It's going to be the new TikTok thing. Everybody's going to be doing it.
Dickerson shaky leg.
Something in Spanish we can't read it.
I thought you said to be microphones.
I was just saying, and just I was watching that live feed.
Amanda's reading the comments to me, guys, so kind of bear with us here. Anything else, Amanda? But I'm trying to see if we got anything else to talk about here. Oh, we ended our investigation and in the area. We went into Maryland. We decided we weren't done the last night here, so we decided after the Reynolds Woods. Yeah, we were only 8 miles away from the Maryland border anyhow, so why not? Yeah, we decided to go on into Maryland. Just to try to find a place because a person told us about the cemetery over there. We decided to check it out. So we went and checked out a cemetery in Maryland, but there was it looked like a black shadow would go over a tombstone. We pretty much debunked it right off the bat. There's a light down below the tombstone, and anytime a bug lands on that light, it blacks the tombstone out. And makes it look like basically something over the tombstone or something moves on the tombstone. That's what I seen too as we pulled up the drive, and I thought it was something paranormal to start out with. But there's actually bugs landing on this little light causing the tombstone to black out. But that was our last investigation. We went into Maryland and done a small, I don't know why that popped up, but done an investigation there. And we decided to come home. Now we're on our way home anyway. But you got anything to add to any of this, Dickerson?
It was an experience. I need to go back.
Yeah. Yeah. What's that?
We need to hit everything else. We don't have enough time.
Yeah, where else do we get that? Like
Oh my goodness. We need to go to that one hill. What was it called?
Culp's Hill?
Culp's Hill?
Yeah.
Culp's Hill? Yeah, we need to go there. So I don't know, everywhere.
Yeah, Brickyard.
The Brickyard, yeah. We gotta go there. More graveyards. Yeah, there's just so much. There's so much there.
Yeah, so did you like it? I mean, what was your opinion of everything?
I loved it. It was a great experience.
Cool.
Diana said what town of Maryland?
We were near Taney Town. Taney? Is that what it was called?
Yeah.
We were near the town of Taney. That sounds funny. Taney Town, Maryland, guys. That's where we were at. But we're not going to tell you the cemetery because they told us not to. We didn't want to disclose where it was at. So, yeah, it was near Taney Town, though, Maryland. Let's see. We have any other questions?
Jen said she went to make best mandatory. Diana said that's scary. The sketchy guy.
Yeah.
Eric said I missed 47 minutes. Oh, he said so far, what did they catch? He said I just got one here. I missed 47 minutes.
Well, sorry, we're yeah, you have to go back and watch the replay, guys, if you missed what we caught, different places. But all in all, our investigation to Gettysburg, Pennsylvania was really good. I mean, it was a fun time, fun trip. Had some adventure, and a little bit of excitement with the gunshot deal. Just weird. And the gunshots we heard on the battlefield, if there was any paranormal activity at all during this trip that we captured at any location, it was probably the Iverson pit area, I would say. I mean, because that's where we heard what sounded like cannons firing, 2 gunshots, and 2 guys yelling at each other like they were giving commands. And it sounded like just yelling back and forth. And he was going live to the Tascam recorder, which is really sensitive, and it amplifies the audio, so he could probably hear it better than what I could with my ears. I heard it out loud in my ears. I think all of us did, didn't we?
It sounds like a command and a response.
So what you thought it was a command?
It sounds like a command and a response.
Yeah.
Someone yells out a command and the person answers. But I can't really tell right now. Obviously right then and there, I didn't rewind it. I can't tell what they were saying, but I'd like to enhance it to see if I can understand what they're saying.
Right. But we've got a lot of stuff to review. I mean, I'm not saying we didn't capture. I mean, we didn't get anything on this trip, but we've got a lot of EVP sessions to review when we get home. Still, I mean, we got several recording sessions, I believe, from different places that I didn't go over. And I got to get my headphones in and try to review those and go over those, see if we picked up anything at all. So I'm checking comments, guys. Anything else in the comments, Amanda?
Nope. Very fun.
Yeah, we all had fun. And I also want to thank, Dale Kazmarek and his team for going with us, and Dale for giving you guys a history lesson or a history of each location. When we went there, Dale tried to, get out there and tell you guys, what happened at that particular location. I'd like to thank Dale Kazmarek for that. He's a really good historian on the Civil War battlefields and the Civil War stuff. He knows a lot more about it than I do. He studies that stuff, and I want to thank him for helping us out on the history portion of it, showing us where these locations were at. And Ghost Head Soup too. We met those guys. Those were great people. Great. We liked all those guys, and all the people we met. And we were going to meet up with several people in Gettysburg, and just didn't have a chance. I had several other paranormal investigators messaging me saying, "Hey, I want to meet up with you guys." A couple of fans even said, "Hey, I want to meet up with you guys." We didn't have the time and opportunity and chance to do that. And I apologize, but we will be back. Almost definitely. What's that, dude?
Almost definitely.
Yeah.
We're going back.
Yeah.
We got a haunted bed and breakfast to stay in, remember?
Oh yeah. We made contacts with the owner of a paranormal store there. Gosh, I can't remember the names. Candy.
There's so many
Yeah. Gettysburg Goat was it? What's the place where Mark Nesbitt or whatever has all those books?
Yeah.
Anyway, we got contact information from a guy that runs like a little store there with a bunch of paranormal stuff in it. And he told us about a haunted bed and breakfast. Is that what it is?
They actually ran it.
No, they run it.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe I want to talk to him. You want to talk about that a little?
Yeah, it's I think it's called the Overlook or something like that. But it's an orchard, and it's got a small rail system. Like the train used to go down into the orchard. They'd load the cars up, and then they would take it back up to the house. Well, during the battle, the soldiers showed up, and I guess they had some fruit curing up in the attic and some in the basement. So the soldiers ate some of the food. They packed as much of it as they could take, and what was left they burnt as they went through there. So there's 3 acres of property there. You get to stay in the bed and breakfast. You have the kitchen, so basically you're living in the place while you're ghost hunting in the property.
Oh, that's
so it's going to be pretty awesome.
Paula said, be careful, you're heading straight into a storm.
Yeah.
Thanks for an interesting weekend. And then Matt said it was great to watch your lives and no death following.
Okay.
And then Gene said, Gettysburg Ghost Exchange.
Gettysburg Ghost Exchange. That's it. Yep.
Awesome people. I wish we could have stayed there and talked to them. I mean,
They were awesome.
the people that we met, I could just stay and talk to them forever and hear their stories where they were there and what all they experienced. We just didn't have enough time.
See, that's the thing in Gettysburg. Any store you go in, they're pretty much everybody has an experience or something to talk about. So you can stay there all day.
You can also tell that we're back in Indiana.
Oh, yeah, we just crossed the Indiana border.
Yeah, we are in Indiana, just across the Indiana border. And yeah, we're aware. We're tracking this storm, looking at it. It looks like we're going to run into it. So we'll be careful, guys. And yeah, thank you guys all for watching our investigations in Gettysburg and Pennsylvania while we were out there. We got several more things lined up for the summer. I mean, we got a lot of investigations coming up. We got a big list of places to go. We're still doing the Limp Mansion in St. Louis, Missouri. So look forward to that one coming up. Maybe next month sometime. We're also going to try to work out a deal with the Lawrenceville Masonic Lodge where probably mid-September we are going to do a haunted overnight and sell tickets to that. And it's a haunted lodge where Abraham Lincoln once attended church, I believe, in the old church that took place there. There's underground tunnels that go to the river. So I mean, it's a real historic place. I believe it's definitely the oldest building in Lawrenceville. I think even in Lawrence County. So we're going to sell tickets to that event. We're live. Camera fell, guys. Sorry. we're going to sell tickets to that event. I can get the camera going again. So definitely check that out on our page. We'll give you an announcement, let you know when that takes place. But I think what else we got coming up, we'll let you guys know. But we got the Limp Mansion, like I said, we got that. We got, guys. I don't even remember now.
Well, I mean, we've got another scavenger hunt in the works.
Yeah, for October. I mean, be prepared for October, guys, because we got the scavenger hunt in the works. Yeah, like you said, we're going to do our haunted tours. Halloween's falling on full moon this year. So, yeah, that'll be awesome. 2020 is a full moon on Halloween.
Wait, this year's going out to be a doozy.
Oh, yeah, I know. It's going to be a good time, but we've got, there's kind of some plans in the works. I should announce it yet, but we may be helping Pike Mansion with an event during Halloween over in the St. Louis area. So we may have to split up. One of us do a haunted tour, one of us go over to Pike Mansion and help them out. So, yeah, we got a lot of stuff in the works here, but a lot of house investigations we still got to do, a lot of places. So we'll probably be going about every weekend with a live feed from here on out to the end of the year. But we want to thank you guys for watching our stuff in Pennsylvania. We're going to probably get off here in a minute because I think we're going to get a storm here pretty soon. But you guys have any...
Like Diana said, it was great. You guys are better watching primetime TV. Thanks, Diana.
Yeah, thanks, Diana. It's better watching primetime TV. So, we try to keep you guys entertained. We never know what's going to happen. Yeah, that's the thing about our live paranormal investigations. I mean, it is live. We're not fake ghost hunters like you see on TV. You know, you guys.
You get the bloopers. You get
the bloopers.
You get the bloopers. You get the dirty words. You get it raw, man.
Yeah. Yeah, you get to see everything we see. But yeah, that's a cool thing about doing live paranormal investigation. You know, you guys are right there with us when everything happens. So, yeah, thanks for watching tonight, guys. If you got any other last questions, I'm gonna get off here pretty soon and get out of here. But anything coming across, Amanda? Any questions?
No.
All right, guys. Yeah, thanks for watching Crawford County Illinois Ghost Hunter Society live talk show on Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. Definitely check back in next Sunday. We'll be on our regular talk show format where we have a guest and everything. So check back in at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time on the Crawford County Illinois Ghost Hunter Society Facebook page.
Laura said you guys are in the ground experience. You got the Dickerson shaky leg.
Yeah, definitely check in our next investigation for another reoccurrence of a Dickerson shaky leg. He'll do that for you again, but
Do what?
Maybe they feel like their secrets are shine out.
That's right. We're gonna have to do it every investigation.
yeah, guys, thanks for watching again, and we're gonna call this one. We'll see you in our next paranormal investigation.